Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Al. Welcome to my channel.
Hello everyone, today we are now in part 9. Let us continue our solving rational expression. And now in 42 problems, simplify d minus 15 over d minus 2 divided by d minus 20 over d minus 1. So we have to do is to make this into one single rational expression. So we have to do is to multiply d minus 2 times d equals d squared minus 2d, then copy negative 15 over copy the denominator, then the symbol copy division, then we have to multiply d minus 1 times d equals d squared minus d, then copy minus 20 over d minus 1. Then since we have a factor of this, so we're going to factor the factor of this d and d. The factor of 15 is 5 and 3. Then negative 5, positive 3. If we're going to minus, we have negative 2d. Then 15 times 3, negative 5 times positive 3, we have negative 15. So correct. Then copy denominator d minus 2. Then this symbol changes to multiplication. That means multiplication. Then we're going to reverse the rational expression because the denominator becomes numerator, and this one we're going to becomes the denominator. At the same time we're going to factor the factor of 2d squared equals d and d, and the factor of 20 is negative 5 and positive 4, because negative 5 times positive 4 equals 20 negative, and negative 5 minus positive 4 equals negative d. And then we are going to cancel the same numerator and denominator, then just put 1 and 1, then multiply the remaining 1 times d plus 3 times d minus 1. So just copy d plus 3 and d negative 1 and d minus 5, so d minus 2 times 1 times d plus 4. So we have d minus 2 over d plus 4. Since simplify, we're going to get the product of this. We have multiply d times d equals d squared, and d times negative 1 equals negative d. 3 times d equals positive 3d, and positive 3 times negative 1 equals negative 3, all over d times d equals d squared, and d times positive 4 equals positive 4d, negative 2d times negative 2 times d equals negative 2d, and negative 2 times 4 equals negative 8. Then we have to combine like terms. We have d squared, then 3d minus d equals 2d positive, then negative 3d squared, then 4d minus 2d equals positive 2d, then negative 8. So this will be our final answer. Next, number 43, simplify b over b plus 2 plus b plus 1 over b minus 1. So if the denominator b plus 2, b negative 1 is a prime, so you have to do is to multiply this. That's why our LCD is b plus 2 times b minus 1. Then, after knowing the LCD, we're going to write a line here. Then copy the LCD b plus 2. Parenthesis b minus 1, then we have to do is to divide b plus 2, b negative 1 divided by b plus 2, so cancel, so the remaining is b negative 1, and we're going to multiply times the numerator, so that's why we have b minus 1, and copy the symbol positive, then b negative 1 divide natin sa b plus 2, b negative 1, cancel, the remaining is b plus 2, then times b plus 1. So b plus 1 times b plus 2. Then b times b equals b squared. B times negative 1 equals b. Copy positive. B times b equals b squared. B times 2 equals positive 2b. And 1 times b equals positive b. Then 1 times 2 equals positive 2. 4 over b plus 2b negative 1. The denominator. Then combine like terms, b b squared plus 2 plus b squared here. 1 plus 1 equals 2b squared. Positive 2b, negative b, and we have positive, we have 3b minus b equals positive 2b, then copy 2 all over b plus 2b negative 1, multiply. This one we're going to factor. The factor is 2 to 2, so common by 2, that's why we have 2 is common, then parentheses. Then we're going to divide. 2 divided by 2 equals b squared, then 2 divided by 2 equals b, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. All over b times b equals b squared. B times negative 1 equals b times b squared, then b times negative 1 equals negative b, positive 2b minus, that's why we have positive b. Then positive 2 times negative 1 equals negative 2. So this will be our final answer. You guys, we are now in 44 problem. Find the sum of a over 2a minus 1 plus a minus 1 over 2a plus 1. Okay, since find the sum, we need to know the LCD. If the given here is a prime denominator, so we have to do is to multiply only. Then we're going to make a line here, then we're going to write the LCD as the denominator. Then after writing the denominator, we're going to divide 2a minus 1, 2a plus 1 divided by 2a minus 1. So since the same, we're going to cancel, and the remaining is 2a plus 1, then multiply 2a. So the result, a times 2a plus 1. Then plus 2a plus 1, we're going to divide here, so cancelled, we have 2a remaining. So a negative 1 multiplies to 2a minus 1. And then we're going to simplify. A times 2a equals 2a squared. A plus a equals a. Then positive copy. A times 2a equals 2a squared. 2a minus 1 times 1 equals negative 2a. Then a times negative 1 equals negative a. Then negative 1 times negative 1 equals positive 1. Then copy only the denominator. Then combine like terms. So 2a squared plus 2a squared equals 4a squared. Then negative positive, then negative cancelled. And the remaining is negative 2a, then positive 1. And we're going to multiply 4a, 2a times 2 equals 4a squared. And negative 1 times positive 1 equals negative 1. Okay? This will be our final answer now. Next, 45. Add 5b over b squared plus 3b plus 2 and 2b negative 6 over b squared plus 4a plus 4. Since add, so this is addition. So factor first this denominator. B squared 3b b plus 2, the factor is b and b, and 2 is 2 and a. And this part b squared plus 4a plus 4, the factor of this is b plus 2, b plus 2. And then our LCD, b plus 2, b plus 1, and b plus 2, b plus 2 since common, so we are going to select 1 represented our LCD. Then our solution, we're going to write this as denominator, and then we're going to divide. B squared 3b squared here, divide here, so b plus 2, b plus 1, this is the, you see, cancelled, b plus 2 is the remaining, so this will be multiplied to the numerator, so 5b times b plus 2, plus, then this one, the factor of this is b squared plus b squared, so the remaining is b plus 1, then multiply now, 2b minus 6, multiply here b plus 1. Then 5b times b equals 5b squared, 5b times 2 equals 10b. Then next 2b times b equals 2b squared, positive. Then 2b times 1 equals positive 2b. Then negative 6 times b equals negative 6b. Negative 6 times positive 1 equals negative 6 all over. Copy the denominator. Then next we're going to simplify 5b squared plus 2b squared equals 7b squared. Then b plus 2b equals 12b minus 6b equals negative, we have positive 6b. b squared plus positive 2b squared equals 7b squared. 10b plus 2b equals 12b minus 6b equals positive 6b. Then mayroon 5b squared plus 2b squared equals 7b squared. 10b plus 2b 12b minus 6b equals positive 6b. Then copy negative 6 and copy also the denominator, and this will be our final answer.